United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ms. Secretary, did you get the roll down?
I have one.
All right, very good. We got a review of minutes of October 2025 meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those? Any corrections?
I didn't remember this one thing on here where it says that we weren't going to go back and correct any of the presence and absence on prior meetings. I didn't know we did that. Did we do that? I didn't think we did. We didn't discuss it, I don't think. And at this time, I think it'd be a good time to do it since we have 4 members now, with William being our first one, and then we'll have another one with, what's his name?
Stacy Coffee.
Stacy Coffee. What's his nickname? I keep wanting to call him his nickname.
I only know him as Stacy.
You only, oh, somebody else called him with a nickname, and that gets me confused. But anyway, until we get Stacy, I think it'd be a good time now to correct the present and absent for our records, since with the 4 of us we have now, and then a full board will be nice when we get to do that. Are they still going to do that?
Yeah, they're talking about doing, the Dodd Dixon wasn't able to get everything worked out with the reorganization, so he's hoping to have that done for the December meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's had a lot on his plate.
Yeah.
But that's up to you all as a board on what y'all do with those meeting minutes.
I'm satisfied with the way it is. We'll just from this point forward, record who's absent, who's present.
Well, and see, and I disagree because, I mean, it's always been done, as you said, with planning. And it should have been caught and corrected, when we first started. And I would just like to see it. It's not that big a deal. It's just who was absent, who was present.
I did it before Sonia took the secretarial position.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't on the prior minutes from the last secretary, so not Kevin, not you,
who was
Eric.
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 Eric Broom did.
Yeah, I went off of
Eric,
his.
so
when
Eric
I did
was
mine.
the one that didn't do it. And
Okay.
Eric and I came in on the same time.
That'd be an awful lot of minutes to.
No, I'm just talking about since William came on.
My
I'm
thought,
not talking about going back through the whole
So
thing.
that'd be what, August,
Yeah,
September, something like that?
be about
Yes.
4 or 5.
it's 4 meetings.
My thought was, when we discussed this before, was that going backwards and redoing something we've already approved, even though it is just that minor change, seems to me like something that's not as good of an idea to do. Because we've already signed and approved those through the other
But
minutes.
all you do is a simple
that was my
amendment.
thought.
All you do is a simple amendment. We've done
I'm good
simple,
with
or I've
whatever
done
the board
with
decides to do.
simple
but-
amendments, and I hope that we can correct them so that we have correct records just for us, just from the time when William came on. I'm not talking about going back through all of Aaron's
Yeah.
records or whatever.
Yeah, I think we could do that if it's just through July, August, whenever
Yes,
that was.
when you came in.
Not terribly far back and see going
It is.
further than that, you would
No,
have to.
no,
You may have
no,
a challenge even figuring out
Oh,
who
yes.
was or wasn't here.
And that's the point, and to correct it to when you came on board, William, would give us a good record from there on, and we would correct the way that process has taken place. I'm not talking about going back to when Eric was still on board and all that kind of stuff, so I would like to see it. Do I need to make a motion, or do we need to make a motion, or what do we do?
Yeah, if we want to do that, we need to make a motion.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we correct the absences and presence from the time that William came onto the Board of Adjustment, not go back any farther. But that will correct the record for now forward, from that time forward.
Fair second to the motion.
I'll make a second.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye.
Aye.
Motion died.
Motion died. Isn't that too bad over such a simple thing to have that happen? Isn't that? I think it's silly. But that's okay. That's what the board wants to do, so that's what we'll do.
Full business? None.
sir, just listening.
I do have something Teresa gave to me that, she wanted everybody to sign. It's a certificate of receipt or distribution. I'll let y'all look it over.
I signed mine.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Sonya's the only one on
I
this
think
board.
I signed
Yeah,
mine as well.
just
And
Sonya,
I
sorry.
signed one.
There's
Okay,
some on
that's
planning and zoning I gotta get, sorry.
That's fine, not a problem.
That's the only thing I had extra that I had to get done for her. And then, do you all have a minute for me to go and update you on just a couple of things right quick?
Yeah,
Sure do.
because I'd
We
like
don't
to,
have, we don't have
um,
anything else on the,
I don't think we have anything, do we?
no.
No,
It's good time.
since we have time, I was just gonna, I don't have any new information on Stephon. They did ask for open records request of everything this board has done on planning and zoning and Board of Adjustments in regards to him. So I've got all that gathered up, I'll provide that to him tomorrow. I'm assuming he's got a public defendant, attorney. So I'm assuming we'll get a new court hearing eventually.
Now, does that go back to when we first started dealing with this, when Chris was still
Yep.
here? Way back to the very
They
beginning?
wanna know anything that's happened with this case. Yes.
Good,
Yeah.
because I think we've been over backwards trying to help the man
I think so,
over and
too.
over and over again, and he just won't be helped. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My opinion.
So that's kind of the update on that. The other one was the board member, the reorganization. We had to get several things worked out before last month's meeting because the new schools are planning on getting moved in November, December. So the annexation stuff took precedence with the attorney, and then the attorneys has also been working with that tower, the new tower
Yeah.
still. I
Yes.
guess they were having to work that out still. So, and then he had a vacation planned right before Thanksgiving. So he's hoping to get that done by December. So hopefully we'll have that done. And then, next month we'll have a conditional use permit on the agenda for, what was it for? Oh, a short-term rental, I couldn't think, on West Railroad. And then the other thing that's big in the works, there's a piece of property they're talking about developing pretty heavily. They're getting an engineering firm, getting involved, and they've asked for like subdivision guidelines, so something like that's coming down the pipeline. But I've been trying to help guide them and making sure that they get the right people involved so that we have everything in place. But that's something that, we'll wanna take that step by step, don't rush it, make sure we don't have anything that's similar to what happened up at Alley Lane or any of
Or
that.
Homestead.
Well, that's
Because
Homestead. Alley Lane is
Alley
Homestead.
Lane that's the first I've ever heard it called Alley Lane.
Well, Alley Lane is the road that is Homestead subdivision. It's the
Okay.
drive,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Yeah, because that has been a blooming mess for 20 years. And
yeah.
that should
And
never
then there's
happen
been a
again.
couple of things that happened even
Yeah.
at, the one at Brookside. They have some water issues
Do
and
they?
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and that does lead right up to the back corner of a floodplain zone.
Yes, it
So,
does.
we'll have to watch how that, any kind of development, affects the floodplain area and stuff and runoff and that kind of stuff, so, but I'll keep y'all posted as it works down the line, but they did get a really good engineering firm, it's Nesbitt, it's the one we use, so I have faith that they'll do everything they need to do to make sure this is done right. They've never let the city down yet, so, and that's who they've used, so,
Going back to, Mr. Markham, okay, now, when does he actually go to trial? I know the trials have been set. Will he go by the end of this month for the city issues?
I haven't been told.
You haven't been told anything, or then
No,
when
the last
other
time I
issues will
talked
come
to
up?
anybody was his attorney asked for all this information. And then, the attorney general in regards to the other stuff, not
Yeah,
the regional.
right,
yeah.
right.
The other stuff, said that they were looking at, it may get dismissed altogether. So
Really?
I've not heard anything since they were talking about dismissing it. They were talking about it could be a First Amendment right issue, freedom of speech kind of stuff. So I don't know if they're gonna continue to pursue it. They're supposed to let me know if anything changed. I've not been made aware of anything, if
Would
it
that
has or
be
hasn't.
the entire case or just the piece with the decorations?
Just the piece with the decorations.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking, they're
Yeah.
two sepecases.
Right,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
making sure I'm
Yes.
doing that correctly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't been made aware by the Attorney General. She has my email and we've talked in the past. I gave her, kind of like a rundown of everything when she first was looking at this stuff with the second case. But, I haven't heard anything since a couple of weeks ago. And that's the last time I heard was that they reduced his bond and were thinking about dropping it altogether, so. They did go ahead and reduce his bond.
Well, yeah, I was surprised when somebody dropped by and at least told me that he was out of jail again, you know, which was kinda nice to know and understand. But anyway, let me see, there's some other issues too. What about all the garbage that is all over that trailer park? And I know there's lawsuits against, you know, what's her name, Alma?
Yeah.
And there's lawsuits going back and forth, but that's an awful mess that's over there in that trailer park. And the people that live directly across from where I am and Unit 37, they are moving out. They are getting power put into their new place and where they're moving to. So I think that might just leave just one family left in that whole
I
park
know
over
the
there.
one trailer that's like broken half, they're going
Yes.
to court with them.
Yes.
And I've been trying to get a hold of the girl just to ask her if she'd clean up everything except for the broken trailer.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm working on that, but, and then, I don't know if y'all seen, it's gonna, like, I can tell you what's probably gonna happen to that property, it'll end up in court. That's what'll end up happening. It'll be the same thing as Stephon Markham, it'll be 2 years down the road before anything gets done, but that's the only process you can do.
It can't remain in that condition. I mean, with trash and unmowed lawns. Now, the city had it all cleaned up around there, at least part of it, when we had the
I'm
big
saying I
weeks
can get
from
something
DC,
done, but
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
biggest part of it is the worst of it. Yeah, picking up some trash, I can go over there and do that in 30 minutes. But as far as what's the biggest problem with that, it's gonna take a couple of
Oh,
years
yeah,
to even
yeah,
get it
yeah,
taken care
yeah,
of.
yeah, between
Yeah.
all the people.
Yeah,
I-
but some of that littler stuff you're talking about, yeah, I mean, I can even, you know, talk, the mayor's out of town right now. I thought
I know,
about,
he's on vacation.
yeah, I
Yeah,
might be
that's
able to
right.
get him to let us use some of the people out there to, you know, clean some of that up like we did before, if, you
Yeah.
know, for a quicker remedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that part.
It just looks so junky. And,
Yeah.
you know, there are a few of us on Court Street here that keeps our properties in good shape and has it look nice, and it's really downturning to look across the street and see
Yeah.
garbage piled up to somebody's ears, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
been
it
working on
looks
some of
terrible
these
for the
since
city too. People come in here and go down the street and it's pretty bad.
And
And
then-
I know we've got other places that you are trying to, around the city.
Yeah,
that
there's
keep
one on
trash
Boone Street, I
piles.
went and talked to them, they've been making pretty good progress, and then,
Good.
I don't know if you remember years ago, I tried getting all that kudzu cut down with Glenn Salyers.
Yeah.
It's all down.
Oh, is it down?
It's
I
down.
haven't been up through there. in the
I
last
have
couple of days.
aggravated him to death for months, and he
Where's that
finally
at?
got it down. It's
Where-
on Brown Street, kinda,
Where's Brown Street at?
right as you go out of town to go towards Central Bridge.
Oh, okay, okay.
That whole big lot
Yeah,
was
yeah.
ate up with kudzu.
Yeah.
And it was eating into the neighbors, it was eating into this neighbor, and he finally got all that down, so.
Wow.
But, he broke a water line this morning
Oh,
doing
no.
it.
Oh, goodness
Richard was
sakes.
ready to kill me. He was like, well, thanks for that. It was like 8 o'clock this morning, Glenn Sowers called me, he's like, get Richard down here, we hit a water line, we got a mess. Richard's in here eating his donut, and he's like, seriously? Like, yeah, you're going to take care of it.
Richard's
But-
character.
But yeah, that is one that is high on the list. I'm still working on, I don't know if I told y'all guys this, I don't think I have. I'm working on, the city of Mount Sterling has took down about 15 houses
Yes.
through different,
I
things.
know
So
they have.
I've been getting with that mayor and that city clerk to get the ordinance. They haven't called me back. I need to call them tomorrow. I don't know if they're just busy over there or what. But anyway, it'll still take probably a year to year and a half process, he said.
Right.
But we'll probably have to update all of our ordinance, like at least the parts that pertain to that kind of
Yeah.
procedure.
Yeah.
And then we can get those houses taken down. And what you do is you basically force a sale on them. The city buys them, the city tears them down. Or
Okay.
they resell them, fix them, but it then becomes the city's property.
Right.
So I'm going, when Dog gets back, I'm getting with him and
Good.
that one and trying to get that worked on. I have about 10 houses that really need something done with them. So
Yeah.
that's what else I've been working on.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
I would like to see.
And part of
something
that
like
would
that.
go back to the trailers, because any of those trailers
Yeah.
that are torn apart, we can force a sale on the trailer itself
Yeah.
and get them removed. So that goes back to that. So I am
Okay.
working on that.
Good.
But I feel like we'd have a stronger hand even on those broken down trailers, like the bigger picture that you're talking about.
Right.
If we had this ordinance in place, cause that
I
would
got
touch those as well.
I
Yeah.
agree, I
Yeah.
agree, that's really good. to
Cause
hear
the
that
trash
they're-
and stuff is easy. I can go have someone pick it up, put a lien on property.
Yeah.
That's not hard. It's when
Yeah.
you have somebody's property and you got 5 trailers sitting over there that are abandoned or, you know, dilapidated as, you know, the ordinance reads. That's where you get into thousands of dollars of getting them took down. We gotta have good, proper procedures in place to get that done. And
Gotcha.
we have some in place, but they've not been like, they don't have a lot of teeth to them.
Right,
So that's what we're trying to change.
I
Yeah.
think that's really good.
Yeah.
Also wanted to ask you about, Mr. Young's property there, and you know what, it truly breaks my heart, because I'm a person that love old buildings. I
Yeah.
love them. I wish that he would have taken care of that building. That's a historical building, it was built in 1905 by Dr. Johnson, that was his office, I mean, that should be preserved. But he's talking about putting a roof on it, I read from the minutes here, or from our records.
Yeah.
The metal is off, the boards that are the roof are rotten. They have been rained on for so many years. I would be afraid they would have to have some kind of a lift to get somebody up there to do anything. I'm scared to death somebody's gonna get hurt if somebody
And-
does try to get up there and put a roof on it.
And I understand where you're coming from, but some of that it falls back on the property owner. If they hire somebody to do something and they do something that is gonna cause them harm or injury, that falls back on the property owner. I understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but our hands are tied when it comes to something like that.
I hope it doesn't fall over on my rock property.
Well, I hope it don't either.
Because some of their metal roof already has.
Yeah.
It's came into my yard.
And you
by
would,
my
you know,
house.
you
It's
would
been that
have,
bad.
you know, you could always have repercussions on your end as far
Yeah.
as him as a property owner if he causes you injury to your property.
It should have been done years and years ago. The building should have been preserved as historical.
Yeah, but
My-
his
my
is one that's on my list that if something isn't done, you know, we're gonna have to do something with him, that building as well. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the people down here on Washington Street that they've had garbage cans out there? They're doing better. How are they doing in the
Oh,
backyard?
yeah,
there?
that's great, cause they got evicted and he's going in there and cleaning it up. There's a
Oh.
dumpster getting delivered.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're out. The owner
Good.
is Ed Baker, his mom is the owner, but Ed come and see me, he went down there with sheriffs, they have been removed. Their water is turned off, he's getting the water turned on his name, and he's probably talking about if it's past the point of fixing, he may have to demo that house.
Well, that's.
He says it's really bad on the
that's-
inside.
Well, if the outside looks like that, you can only imagine
Yeah.
what the inside is like.
But he's working on getting that cleaned up. I don't think we'll have any trouble out of getting Ed to do something with it, whether it's
That's
being
good.
torn down or fixed, but yeah.
I hope it's fixable, but
I do
you know,
too.
you gotta do what you
Yeah.
gotta do, but
Yeah,
still.
but he come see me last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry,
Are you good?
what's ever happened with Hall Street? The people that were going to possibly wanting to build onto their place with the restaurant,
I
has
haven't
anything
heard
happened with
anything
that?
else with that, no.
Okay.
Well, they're remodeling the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
they
know
are
if
doing
they,
that
Yeah,
now?
they're
yeah, the
remodeling.
inside.
On the inside,
Yeah,
okay.
so I don't know if they put their money there and just gonna stay there or,
Okay.
yeah, but they've not told me anything as far as anything new.
Okay.
But I did send them out that letter a while
Right,
back, and I
yeah.
talked to the son, so we have very clear records that, you know, they
Good.
need to do something,
Good.
you know, ahead of time with you guys as a board before they do anything. But yeah, I've not heard anything new.
Okay, I was just wondering if anything had ever
I
came
bet
up
you they
again.
just decide to remodel that restaurant and stay.
Could be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, their problem, like every place along there is parking, you know, because it's filled up,
Yeah,
you know, but we've got parking problems every place around our little city here.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but anyway, I was
And
just
then
wondering.
another thing I've been working on is, the city of Stanton and the tourism board, I don't know if y'all heard a whole lot about it, and I don't really know exactly. I know they're trying to work out a interlocal agreement, I
Yes,
guess, but,
yes.
in the meantime, I've been helping Teresa with, she does all the payments and she makes sure it gets put in QuickBooks and stuff like that. But if they're late, she gives me a report, and I've been, for the city, going and getting those payments, and then the last 6 months, I've gotten probably $75,000 worth of restaurant tax money.
Excellent,
Yeah, which is split between the city and the tourism board, so we got half that, so we got
Yeah.
probably 35 to 40,000 of that
Yeah.
for our parks and stuff.
Well, I saw that some of the places that they're getting to the point that they're so late in their tax dollars that, they can be fined late fees and that kind of thing. We've
Well,
only
that's
got
what
3 or 4
the
people
tourism
or-
board,
right,
and
so
I've got
that's-
everybody up to date except for Mr. Ed's, is that owns one bill.
Oh, really?
And then everybody bill was due today. It's considered late as of I think it's Monday. They have, it can be postmarked at a certain date and stuff and give it time to get through the mail. But probably, within a few, I think, and I'll have to look, but yeah, the board is wanting the late fees added, and which is understandable. It's what the
Sure.
ordinance says.
Sure.
So, starting this month, I think everybody's in agreement those late fees will be added. And so today, as like, just because they've not ever been added before, and it's
Right.
been a lot of years. So, as a courtesy, I went to all the ones that, usually are late or, are used to having that grace period where they've not had those late fees and was like, hey, we need the money. If you don't bring it in, you're gonna have this 10% added. So,
Yeah,
I think it'll help and stuff.
yeah.
But I have gotten everybody up to date except for 1 month, so that's,
I know.
if you'd ever looked at the records before that, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
no,
usually 6 months, 4 months, 3 months for about 7 accounts, was
Yeah.
always between 4 and 6 months behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and some of those accounts have $10,000 a month,
Oh, goodness,
yeah.
goodness. That's difficult to budget if you don't keep up with it.
Yeah, so that's, been, extra thing I've been working on, and I'm proud of that one, cause it took some effort getting that
You
one.
betcha, you betcha.
So I went,
But it's very necessary, but,
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be done.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's part of people doing business, I mean, that's
Yeah.
just it.
yeah,
I know I sure had to do it when my husband and I were in business, they came due every month.
yeah, and then I went to the tourism board and gave them a report, and things like that, trying to, make sure they're aware of everything that's going on, what the city's doing on our end of the restaurant tax part of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think that's it. It's been busy.
yeah, it has been.
Oh, and then I
know
got
you have-
those annexations to the state. That's been like 7 years in the making, I think, but.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now has the state done their part yet with those, or?
Now,
are we still
it got
waiting?
through to the land map part, and
Okay.
it does show up on the land map part, but when it gets to the mapping itself, it's not done yet. And he
Okay.
said they're backed up probably 2 years. But it at least shows that we're approved and ready to be put in.
That's
Before
great.
it said error,
Yeah.
so now we've got the errors fixed and we're in. We're just
That's
waiting
good.
for them to do their one last step. But it does, like if you go to the land map, it shows all the, you can click on the city of Stanton and it shows our annexations are on there. So,
Okay.
yeah. And it says mappable, which means they're good to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Good progress.
Yeah.
Really, really good
Yeah.
progress. That was ongoing for years, wasn't
Yes,
it?
yeah, I tried forever to get it fixed, and then I will say part of the problem was the previous land map person. They weren't very good with communication. It would be, they done everything through the mail, so by the time they'd get back to me, we'd be 4 other projects deep, and trying to go back to figure out what I didn't do right that they needed,
Yes.
not on purpose, but it just, I didn't
Right.
know what they needed from
Right.
their end.
Right.
Then trying to go back and fix it, and then in between there I was gone for a couple of years, so, but now we got it all fixed, so.
But that's always true. It's harder to go back than to do it.
It is, and just,
in
but this
real
new
time.
guy, I can email it to him, he'll send me a message back the same day and say, hey, this is what else I need, I can get back with the surveyor, within a day or 2, they get me the information I need, I forward it, and we're done.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing really good, his name's Jamie Presley, I think, but yeah, he's really good on the land stuff for the state, he does a good job.
Now, who is this Matt that is doing the possible, is that a building?
Which one is it? Read it to me.
Oh, I'm
I don't
sorry.
have it in front of me.
Let me get to the right space here, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
On the building, let me see, where is it here?
That might be the one
Yeah,
that.
that's the.
Oh, the $6
potential
million
investor,
one?
Matt.
Yeah.
And what exactly is that, what
Well,
been
he's just
researching
doing
to
the
do?
research for it. He's not the investor, and
Okay,
but they've been kind of looking at 20+ properties and possibly $6 million, and that's all they'll tell me.
okay,
But I sat down with him for probably 2 hours of one day and 2 hours of another, showing him every property on the parcel map that could possibly be a good fit, hoping we get some.
a good fit for housing?
No,
Or
it's for,
business, or
it's retail.
retail, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
20 between 17 and 20 acres is what he was looking for.
We have to balance out tax dollars about who's paying for it, because right now homeowners are paying a bigger share of taxes than businesses are, because we don't have the business base. We need business in the worst way,
Yeah.
and we need something with good paying jobs for around here for our folks.
No, he went and met with, I think, Craig Dawson, so fingers crossed. I haven't heard anything else yet, but yeah.
Well, I hope that something comes of that, I really
Me
do.
too.
I really do.
All right. November is typically our election of officers month.
Yes, yes.
And so we decided not to do that till January. I think
Well,
we need a motion to postpone that till January.
Okay. Well, now, wasn't that requested by Doug, that we wait until after we got all the
Yeah, he wants to
updates
do that
done?
reorganization
That's
first,
what I
yeah.
thought, yeah. I'll make the motion that we postpone our election of officers until after our updates are done on how the Board of Adjustment is handled per ordinance and law. Is that correct, or per our
I'm trying to-
city attorney's request?
Yeah,
How should we
the
phrase that?
reorganization of the bylaws.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
bylaws and the appointment staggering.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
There a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Anything else? I hear a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I hear a second.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
See y'all in the Senate.
All right, all right. Everybody, by the way.
All right, I call to order the Planning and Zoning Commission for November to order. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I knew I should have said that.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And my prayer, thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to work on our part of the city's business. Let there be no strife among us, and we just praise you for the opportunity. Let us do our part according to your will in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. If you hadn't seen the minutes, that's for the minutes. You want this one? You want this one? You got it?
You need me to do sign language, Margarita? I can sign for you if you need me to.
Can you sign?
Uh-huh.
Can you?
That's what I did for 27 years.
Is it? We discussed that it would be beneficial for the special needs routes.
Oh, it was.
I can sign. Do you want this pen?
Can you read my lips? No.
That was pretty good, Marguerite.
All right.
We need to approve it.
I don't sign for the one here, correct?
Everybody's seen them. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I make the motion to approve the minutes.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Oh, yeah, okay. The ayes have it. All right, in old business, there is none there. I know a lot of it was discussed in the previous meeting. Does anybody have anything to say on this board?
I just have, looking through this packet, looks like Ann has been a busy little bee.
Mhm.
I have been busy with the stuff this month.
Looks like you've done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I've been working hard on, especially like that map stuff, like I went through and had to deal with 2 different like surveyors and getting all that done, and yeah, and then there's a lot that the state requires to get that approved, so I'm proud of them 2 things this month.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right, new business, I think we only have one thing to do. This month is supposed to be the election of new officers, but per our new city attorney, he's asked for us to postpone this until after, into January. So, do I hear a motion to postpone until January?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. All right. Well, we done good tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
I think December and January will be much busier months, especially if they get some of this initial stuff done with that project there for maybe a potential subdivision. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess out of nowhere, McDonald's finally put their second lane in, didn't they?
Yeah, and they fixed the drain. That
Yeah,
drain is
fixed the
fixed.
drain.
There's no more flooding, or not yet anyway. Fingers crossed. But yeah.
Well, we've had some good rain.
Yeah. So
we're
and
gonna
it's
do
not
it,
held
should.
water, so I think we're okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then that kudzu's got cut down over there on Brown Street. I've been after that for years, and then and then I heard a new factory. Did I tell you about the factory that's coming in? Had you heard the factory
I
that's?
listened to you.
No.
Yeah, there's a new factory coming in beside. It's a metal. I think it's like metal press or some kind of metal, where the old Creosote plant was. So
Oh,
yeah. Yep. They're talking like maybe 20 plus employees, I think, something like that. So that'd be good for talking.
yeah, should be good.
You need all we can get.
traveling.
I don't know, if you might go over some of the cleanups that you're doing and stuff, and there's some of the people that weren't here earlier, for Marguerite.
Yeah, so, one of the
Randy.
things I'm working on with Mount Sterling City Clerk and they have like an ordinance they redone and revamped that really just has a really good outline on process for the city to, like, I guess, condemn buildings and then buy them out, and then you can tear them down and stuff, and we have like those 10 or so that's within city, and then one of them's the trailer park with all those trailers over there, trying to get those removed, so that'll be something that we work on getting done either December or January with city council, getting that started. And I talked to their city clerk and it says it's about a year to 18-month process, which is a long time, but if you consider the fact that we've looked at some of these for 20 plus years trying to do something with them, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. So, I'm working on that. Then the kudzu, there's a property on Boone Street, they've been cleaned up. I went and talked to them the other day. I drove back by there today. It looks a lot better. I've been working with Francis, the little corner store, the Marathon, their dumpsters always filled up and trash falling over. So I talked them into adding more, like pickups. Yeah, and so I noticed the last couple of days I haven't been picked up. I've got a hold of Francis. They're supposed to be out there tomorrow. Hopefully we get that picked up. They got a new driver and it's supposed to be picked up twice a week and they're still only doing it once. So we're still having that trash issue, but hopefully that gets resolved. Francis was supposed to get on it. That's the manager out there at Rumpke. So, I was trying to think of everything. There's been a lot. I've been meeting with the airport board with some of the Marshall Street stuff. They're concerned with, there's like a pipe that's out and like they need to get it fixed. But I think Glenn and the engineers are working that out. So it's been busy between the new Marshall Street project and the annexations and then some of the cleanup stuff and then the reorganization stuff. I got all the ordinances to the mayor or to Dodd. I'm just waiting on him to fine tune it. So hopefully when he gets back from vacation, it'll be after Thanksgiving. Then we can get that worked out. I was trying to think of anything else. It's been a lot.
And the latest on Mr. Markham is he's been released.
He has been released. Last I heard from the Attorney General myself, she done like a quick little interview with me, asked me like the rundown of everything. They were talking about they may dismiss the case completely as far as the decorations and that stuff. I haven't heard anything else from that. She was supposed to update me if anything changed, so I'm assuming we're still in limbo, but I don't know. And then with him, his public defender asked for open records request. So I worked on that. I'll be turning that information over to him in the morning. I finished it today. And I had to work on it the last 2 days, going through every one of the meeting minutes, any thing that's been done with that project or that, issue. And so I'm turning that over to him tomorrow. I'm assuming that once his public defender gets that information, or maybe they already have a court date, but no one's told me yet. So I'm assuming we should have a court date soon in regards to his public defender and the second. That was the original issue, I guess, in the first court case. And then I'll try to find out an update with the Attorney General on the second one with the decorations. But I've not heard anything else other than he got out on $2,500 bond.
Is he living back in his place?
He is, yeah.
His car was there anyway.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
He is there, and I know we can't do anything about it, but I actually, with all the problems we've had, I actually worry about him freezing to death over there, and we've had some really, really cold nights, and he did at one time have a fireplace over there, wood burning fireplace that he used in the wintertime. There's been no smoke coming up from his building there, so I don't know if he sold it or whatever, but what can you do? I'm still would not like to see him freeze to death over there.
Yeah,
Regardless
true.
of what the problems are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to be on a different subject, but then y'all heard about the restaurant tax and how we collected those monies. And then we got new chairs. I don't know if anybody knows, so we got new chairs. I put all these chairs together.
They are nice. They are
Me and
much
Teresa
nicer.
put them together.
They are much nicer than what we've had before.
Yeah, me and Teresa
It was
put 'em
time to
together.
replace them.
Yeah.
Things do wear out.
Yes. So we got new chairs. We've been making some upgrades and stuff, and we put the Christmas tree out. So I done that today. Yeah.
I was just driving down through town a while ago. It looks so pretty.
Oh, I will
I was
say,
looking
this
at all
town is
those,
so pretty at Christmas
Light
time.
posts missed my turn, my first turn.
Okay, Margaret.
Huh?
Where did you turn off at?
I like the one to go to Old Clay City Road. And I found my way back. But everything is so pretty.
It really is.
And
Everybody's done a
Christmassy
good job.
looking. I
You know
love it.
what, Tommy, you've gotta give him 101 yahoos for what he does with the city park and what they do for the decorations and all of that kind of stuff. And it's something that we can all enjoy, from young and old. I know I love them as much as kids do.
I haven't seen the lights on though, like at the end. Have they been turned on yet?
They were turned on tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I seen everything lit up, or everything their town was lit up when I came to the office, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you're
You
talking
didn't
about, I
notice
can go
all
check.
those poles lit up?
Are you talking about the park?
No, I'm like when you get off the parkway
Oh.
there.
Oh, the tree and stuff? That big
Well,
tree
I
by
seen them
Bert
working on the
Parsons?
tree the other day.
What's that?
Yeah, all that stuff is lit up. But
Yeah, yeah,
when
it's
you get off
lit
the
up,
Parkway,
yeah.
it's all lit
I
up.
don't guess I've been
It
over
was
there
last
at
night.
night since they turned it on.
See, I've only
I think
been
tonight was the
through
first
during
night.
the day, so I haven't seen it
No,
yet
it was lit up
myself.
last night.
Oh, was it? Okay, my bad.
All right, anything else? Do I hear a motion to
I made
adjourn?
the motion with adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor, say
If I
aye.
find my way home,
Aye.
I'm gonna have to keep from looking at, oh, light poles.